WHCS Sports presents Peninsula District Boys Basketball from Hampton High School. The Hampton Crabbers hosting the Phoebus Phantoms. This game videotaped on the 5th of February, 1993. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. Welcome to Hampton High School for this game between the first place, I should say three-way tie for first place, Hampton Crabbers, and the young and struggling Phoebus Phantoms under Gene Jones, Walter Brower, the head coach over at Hampton. Hampton stuck in a three-way tie with Denby and Bethel for the lead in the Peninsula District with identical 12-2 records. But Hampton's playing extremely well right now, Bob.
Oh, I tell you, I saw them in the first part of the season. They lost the two games, and then I went back and I watched them when they played up to the Christmas tournament up Fort Eustis, and I talked to Coach Walter Brown. I said, Walter, it's a different team. What has happened? It looks like a different chemistry. And he said, yes, it is a different chemistry. We've got different people starting. People are starting to play the concept that I want them to play, and we're playing as a unit. I also talked to Gene Jones over here for the Phoebus team, young team. He's got some young players. What he needs is somebody to step up and take charge, become a leader on the floor. And Tim, you know how important that is. We saw what a great job Kickingham High School did last year with a quarterback on the floor like Tony Jordan. And of course, Allen Iverson for the Bruins. And you got to have that kind of a player that will step up and do it. And that's what's hurting the Phantoms right now. They don't feel they can win. They don't have confidence in themselves, and they don't play consistent.
Well, the Phantoms will have their work cut out for them. Of course, with the Peninsula District title at stake, the Hampton Crabbers have to be weary of every team they play, as do Bethel and Denby. Of course, the Crabbers are paced by David Baco,
ladies and gentlemen,
who's doing just a great job with the Hampton Crabbers. And now we're going to get the introduction of the starting lineups.
The Phantoms of Phoebus High School. We'd like to thank our guests for allowing us to present our parents this evening and delaying the game a little bit. Here are your starting lineups. First of all, for the Phantoms from Phoebus. Number 30, a sophomore, Phoebus Judd.
Phoebus Judd will be the first young man introduced. He is a new starter.
Number 12, a sophomore,
just added to the team.
Harper.
He's just a sophomore, another sophomore. Brett Harper,
number 40,
number 12.
a senior, Larry Hardy.
Larry Hardy, a senior, number 40, will be the
number
third.
34, a senior, Elton Gibbs.
Elton Gibbs, number 34, is
and
another
number 32,
starter.
a senior, Tito Fields.
Tito Fields, a senior, number 32, rounds out the starting five for Gene Jones.
In his second year
there you see the lineup. Well, we have a colorful graphic tonight, don't we?
Oh, it's beautiful. I tell you, take our hats off to Beverly Pence. He's doing the graphics in the truck, and it really looks good. And there's a good shot of Walter Brower, the head coach of the
now
Crabbers.
here are your starters for the home team, the Crabbers of Hampton High. Number 00, a sophomore, Rodney Hall.
First young man to be introduced is Rodney
32,
Hall,
a
00.
sophomore, Taven Garrett.
Taven Garrett, also a sophomore, number 32.
Number 10, a junior, Giuseppe Woodard.
Giuseppe Woodard, a junior, number 10.
Number 12, a senior, Jamel Gray.
Jamel Gray, number 12, a senior.
Number 30, a senior, Damon Bako.
Damon Bako rounds out the starting five. So we have two sophomores, two seniors, and a junior for Walter Brower's squad.
Well, Walter has really brought this team along. A lot of people thought, well, Hampton wasn't going to do too well because they lost those two early games to Ferguson and to Denby, but he has recouped and beat it. And as you can see, our game officials, Reuben Dorsey is the referee, Tim Whitlock is the umpire. Tim is the young man with the mustache.
Whitlock on the left, Dorsey on the right. Right now, we are going to have a presentation of the flag, and we would like to invite you to join us for the playing of our national anthem.
now to honor our nation and her military forces deployed across the globe, our national anthem.
As we mentioned, the Peninsula District battle. Well, that certainly got my attention.
There were my sinuses. I'm good for the rest of the game now.
They said the Peninsula District battle goes on as the Hampton Crabbers, the Bethel Bruins, and the Denby Patriots in a three-way tie for first place. Denby with a tough match tonight, playing the Ferguson Mariners, who have all of their injured players back. The Crabbers here with the Phantoms, and Bethel, I believe, is playing Gloucester tonight.
Yeah, they're up to Gloucester tonight.
We want to stay tuned for those proceedings. We're about set to get this one underway. The red, white, and black of the Hampton Crabbers, blue, gold, and white of the Phoebus Phantoms. Damon Bakecoat will jump against Elton Gibbs, and the ball is controlled by the Phantoms. Trapping man-to-man defense being used by the Crabbers. They forced the turnover. This is Gray, Janelle Gray for the bucket.
Well, you're going to find Hampton jump out at a man-to-man full court. They're going to try to play an up-tempo game. That is what the Crabbers do, and they do it well. They'll put pressure on the ball, cause turnovers. Phoebus has got to be patient.
Phantoms moving the ball around, and we have the first foul of the ball game.
And occasionally you'll see the Crabbers will double team. When they get a chance, they'll double team the ball, which means there's somebody open, but he's usually the furthest man from the ball if the Crabbers do the job defensively.
Giuseppe Woodard called for the personal, his first, the team's first. From deep in the corner, the Phantoms tie it up with a basket by Brett Harper. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball, no shot clock. 10-second line is in force. This is Gray for three, a little short. Bakecoat stole the loose ball and can't get the ball to drop.
Well, that ball was blocked by Larry Hardy. Number 40 got a hand on that ball, but you will see Damon Bakecoat will come up with a lot of offensive rebounds. He's got a nose for the ball. And you see the Crabbers are trapping it. Ball went into the corner.
And the trapping defense creates the turnover as Judd has some trouble.
As a coach, you don't want to see the ball go in the corner and get trapped, because then you have no place to go. You got two more defenders out there, and that's the out-of-bounds line.
Gray fakes the three-pointer, drives the lane, and has the shot off the board. Back come the Phantoms. They can't convert as Tito Fields misses. Back to Gray, and Gray scores for the Crabbers.
Great give and go.
So number 12, Gray for Hampton has two baskets. Number 12, Harper for Phoebus with the lone score. 4-2 with 6 minutes remaining in the first. Stolen by Gray. Gray with a 1-on-2, and he drives the lane and draws the foul.
And that was a great steal right here in front of us. And of course, number 3, Tito Fields, was mad because he lost the ball and tried to make him eat it. He says, "You're not going to get a layup on me." Right here, as you can see, great job of concentrating on the ball. And you can see Tito says, "No layup for you. If you're going to make it, it's going to be off the foul line."
Did a pretty good job of trying to block the shot.
Yeah,
it wasn't a useless effort.
No, and I didn't mean that in a reference to him going for the guy. He went for the ball, made a try, but he was going to make sure he didn't get the layup.
Jamel Gray 2 for 2, and he has all 6 of Hampton's points. Full court man-to-man pressure applied by the Crabbers. Phantoms are shaken a little bit by that as the ball is knocked loose. Baycoat dishes to Woodard on the baseline for 2.
And that's points are caused by the turnover. If you can make your press turn the ball over, then you get a chance to do things before the other team can get set up. Nice shot.
That was Judd, the sophomore, with his first basket of the game.
Judd was on the JV team and was elevated to not only to the varsity, but to a starting role on the varsity.
Taven Garrett connects for Hampton, and it's 10-4 the Crabbers. 5 minutes to go in the first. 4-3, short. And Baycoat with the rebound. Damon Baycoat just inside the three-point line, doesn't get it to drop, but it looks like 2 Phantoms battled for the ball and they lost it out of bounds.
And that makes the coach really angry. In fact, there was 3. As you can see, a good shot of Dr. Sam Still sitting right there behind me. But you had 3 of your own teammates going for the rebound. No white-clad Crabber was in the picture, and you knock it out of bounds and turn the ball over to the Crabbers. You should have had that defensive rebound.
Rodney Hall out, John Galbraith in for the Crabbers. This is Baycoat, and he connects finally.
Nice shot off the front of the rim. He's got that shooter's touch. I tell you, Tim, Richmond got a steal when they got Damon Baycoat. They signed him early, and Damon is a great, great basketball player who will represent the Peninsula real well in any conference he was to play in.
Phoebus will inbounds right by their bench. This is Judd, Fennis Judd. Brett Harper has it knocked out of bounds by Damon Baycoat. 4:16 left in the first period, 12-4 in favor of the Hampton Crabbers. This game videotaped on the 5th of February, 1993. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz and our usual Channel 5 crew bringing you tonight's ball game. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. The 3rd of 4 regular season clashes that we have scheduled. In the corner, Hardy is double teamed and chooses to bounce it off of Woodard out of bounds.
And again, the ball goes in the corner. The Crabbers double team. There's no place for the player to go. He's got to pass the ball or commit a turnover. That time he took the easy way out, knocked it off of a Crabber leg, and they maintained possession of the ball.
Again, the trap in the corner. The Phantoms are able to get it out to Judd. He has it knocked into the backcourt by Gray, and for that reason, no violation is called. But now we have a timeout being called by the Phantoms. So,
what Gene Jones wants to do, Tim, is he wants to get his team into an offensive set, and they're not doing what he wants them to do. While we have this timeout, I do want to tell you that we will pick a DC Engraving Sports Place player of the game from each one of these 2 teams tonight. They will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from DC Engraving, which is located at Tabb Square on Route 17 in York County. Dave Buckwalder is the young man out there. The T-shirt comes from the sports place, which is located at Hampton Woods Plaza off of Big Bethel Road. And Dave Chubb is the young man there, and we appreciate the efforts of these two fine establishments allowing us to pick one of these players from each one of the teams as a player of the game. Very unscientific. In fact, it was a first tonight. Tim and I agreed on an earlier game on both players, which is, we got to say, this is February the 5th, right? I got to remember that.
That's not the first time.
One of the few times.
Earlier this evening, we want to make mention of the fact that the Hampton JV team was victorious over the Phoebus JV team, 63-39. The boys JVs, I should hasten to add. Nice job of almost stealing the ball by Woodard, but he went out of bounds. Then a foul underneath. I believe Woodard will get called for that one. But it certainly wasn't from a lack of hustle.
I tell you, you can just see the Crabbers, how well coached they are. They are trying to play the passing lanes, and that's what makes a good defensive team. They play the passing lanes, among other things.
Cal Moore comes in the ball game, replacing Woodard, who picked up his second personal. Here you see a good look at Walter Brower, the great successful coach of the Hampton Crabbers. Walter having another fine team this year, to say the least. Harper with the first of 2 free throws. Rattles that one home as well, so it's 12-6, a 6-point lead for the Crabbers. And the shot blocked, but the foul on the shot as they get Harper for the personal.
Crabbers do a good job of getting down the ball court real quick once they get possession of the ball. And of course, the philosophy behind that is you get down and maybe you can outman the team as you watch the replay and the foul there before the other team gets a chance to set up their defense or pick up their defensive assignments. Great job by the Crabbers to get down the field court.
Damon Baycoat connects on the first of 2. 2 fouls against each team here in the first. Of course, that becomes a factor when you reach 7. Then your opponent gets the 1-and-1 for the duration. Baycoat is able to get the friendly roll. He's got 4 points, and the Crabber lead is 8. And Damon Baycoat, a little too aggressive. He picks up the personal. Player control foul, the 3rd team foul against Hampton. Again, that double team in the corner, and we're going to say a 5-second violation. Tim Whitlock, the official on the side there, made the call.
Now, Phoebus is going to start picking up full court, start putting some pressure themselves into a zone press. But Crabbers had no problem with it.
Baycoat misses the shot. Galbraith tries to steal and almost does so, but finally controlled by the Phantoms. Ball kicked out of bounds by the Crabbers. That was John Galbraith.
And that was one of the things that we were talking earlier about, one of the misunderstood rules. If you use your feet in defensively and kick the ball, it is a violation, but if it's unintentional, it's not a violation. They look like the officials, Dorsey and Whitlock, are going to call it a little tighter than what the Crabbers would want. That may create a problem for the Crabbers down the road if they get some of their key players in foul trouble.
That was Cal Moore who picked up the personal. Phantoms will try to set up again. This is Harper, and Harper is fouled on the way up. This one will be charged to number 20, Stevie Pringle, his first. the 5th team foul for the Crabbers.
And this is a shooting situation as we watch the replay. And you can see the pressure that the Crabbers are putting on the Phantoms right now. And he was going up for a shot.
Harper with 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He is 4 for 4, and the Hampton lead is 6. So the Phantoms, a decided underdog in this game, are hanging tough. Moore looks inside, has it kicked out of bounds by the Phantoms.
Good shot of Coach Walter Brower, and sitting right next to him is the girls coach, David Six. Nice board shot right off the board. Kissed beautifully.
Galbraith gets his first basket, and the Crabber lead again is 8.
And here's that.
Yep, stepped on the out of bounds line. Good pressure defense.
That's that trap. The Crabbers are going and coming right out of a zone, and they're trapping as soon as the ball gets to the side or the corners.
Ruben Dorsey called that one perfectly. I could see right down the side here where the line was, and Hardy put that foot on the line, called it out of bounds.
And
a minute 49 left.
The Phantoms are in a 1-2-2 zone trap. They're trying to cause some turnovers themselves, and of course that's what you got to do. But it also, you're susceptible to strong. I don't know how he got it up there and in, but nice job by Damon.
Damon Baycode showing good strength. Elton Gibbs picks up the personal foul. Basket will count for Baycode, and he will get one shot. You'll see the first shot here by Cal Moore is a little bit off. Then Baycode battles for the ball with Galbraith, and then after the fake, Gibbs gets him, and Baycode got it to fall. Back to the live action now, as Baycode was unable to connect on the free throw. And the last inbounds touched by the Crabbers. Jonathan Baker will come in for Hampton, replacing Jamel Gray. So it's Baycode, Baker, Moore, Galbraith, and Pringle on the floor for the Hampton Crabbers. And we've got a out of bounds call again as Brett Harper for the Phantoms stepped out of bounds. He's on the floor along with number 30, Venus Judd, number 34, Elton Gibbs, number 40, Larry Hardy. This is Baycoat, turnaround jumper, kisses it off the glass for 2.
Nice touch. You see the rotation on the ball when he lets go of it. That's a mark of a good shooter.
Hampton pressuring the ball.
They have a 3-on-2.
Nice move to the basket by Elton Gibbs. So the Phantoms took advantage of the 3-on-2 and trail by 10, 20-10. And now Brett Harper steals and then loses it back to Pringle.
Too much traffic.
Jonathan Baker, right side feed for Baycoat for the jam.
That excites the crowd.
And the foul will be called against Cal Moore. That'll be his second. That'll be a player control foul.
And you notice the one thing that the Phantoms are doing, Tim, I talked about this in another game, but they're getting the ball, and the first thing they're doing is dribbling and stopping. They kill themselves. You got to beat the press by passing the ball. You can't take one dribble and try to beat the press. It's impossible.
In the lineup now for the Crabbers is Cornelius Chambliss. He replaced Cal Moore, who picked up that second personal. The This is Baycoat. Nice feed. Follow up by Pringle for the 2. Stevie Pringle. And stolen in the corner by Pringle to Baycoat. And Baycoat cannot get the shot away before the buzzer sounds to end the first period.
It was 8-16, and now it's 24-10. I mean, that's how quick a press and pressure defense will get you points.
An 8-2 run by the Crabbers, punctuated by Damon Baycoat's jam shot. And there you see the score after one period. The Hampton Crabbers with a 14-point lead. And they were paced by Baycoat's 10 points in the first, 6 for Gray, and 2 each for Galbraith, Garrett, Pringle, and Woodard. For the Phantoms, we'll get a chance to watch the Damon Baycoat easy high percentage shot here.
Yes, it is. Very high percentage.
6 points for Brett Harper. He just blew right by the Phoebus defenders and went up with a two-hand stuff. 6 for Harper, 2 for Gibbs, and 2 for Judd for the 10 points the Phantoms registered in the first period. Team fouls. There you see Arnie Baker, a former Hampton Crabber great, and his mother is sitting next to him in the stands, the grandmother of Jonathan, who is playing tonight.
Yes, he's playing tonight. He's number 24.
Second period underway. Crabbers have the turnover. Nice move down the court. Can't get it to drop. Might have thought you'd get goaltending because the backboard was slapped as the ball was on the board.
Yeah, that's unusual. That wasn't called.
Little ragged here as Baycoat returns a favor, then has it knocked away, but it will belong to the Crabbers.
That was a real ragged series of ball possessions that time.
Pringle on the inbounds play, can't get it to drop. But the rebound comes to Chambliss. Chambliss trying to get it inside to Galbraith, but he turns it over. First period found the Crabbers hitting 52% of their shots, and the Phantoms actually with a higher percentage, 60% as a team.
Nice defensive job from behind. That was a good shot with our end zone camera, or end line camera, I should say.
Big difference in the first period was turnovers. The Crabbers only 1 turnover, while the Phantoms turned it over 8 times in the first 8 minutes. Crabbers out rebounded the Phantoms 7-5 in the first period. Again, we thank Gary Moore for those timely and accurate statistics. Gary does a great job for us. Lead pass, and right now both teams are playing
just a little bit out of control.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to find. I wasn't sure how I wanted to describe it, but
that pretty well sums it up, I think, because that's the way I feel right now, that they both come out rather excited and they're just not playing under control.
Both coaches going to their bench. In for the Phantoms is Drew Walker, number 50. For the Crabbers, Taven Garrett returns to the lineup.
And number 10, Mike Littlejohn, is also out there for the Phantoms.
This is Brett Harper. Harper with a no-look pass for Hardy, and again a slap on the backboard, but it doesn't matter this time. Hardy is able to get it. Baker will shoot for 3, hit it.
And we talked about he's a pure shooter. We was talking to his dad earlier, and I had talked to Walter Brower. He says probably the best shooter that he's got on the team. You can't let him open.
We've got a foul. This one will be whistled against, I believe. I heard him say 22, yeah. Chambliss. A chance to watch this one again. You see the hack on the arm, a good call by the official. And a good look at Phoebus's number 32, Tito Fields, who connects for his first point of the night. Fields showing good form, has both free throws, and it's a 27-14 Hampton lead. Nice look and a nice basket by Jamel Gray.
Nice assist by Damon Baycoat.
Well, the good ones do it all, don't they?
They do.
Littlejohn can't get it to drop, and Baycoat with the rebound. He spots up for Baker. Baker no good this time, but they follow up underneath is
partially blocked, I believe, Tim.
Yeah, good job by Brett Harper. Harper loses control in the lane, however. Lead pass to Baycoat. Baycoat will pull up a little short. Good job by Littlejohn to save the ball on the baseline. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. 29-14 Hampton.
Nice shot.
Three-pointer must have had his toe just behind the line.
He was just standing. One toe was on the line.
Oh, and Tito Fields misses the easy layup. Jamel Gray off the glass for two.
Well, that was a 4-point swing.
Fields should have had the bucket at the other end. And
you don't try to be fancy. You just put the ball in the basket. He tried to be a little cute.
Baker with the steal for Baycoat.
A great no call. I hope we got that on replay. What a nice monster jam.
Jamel Gray hoping to get the offensive call. He won't get it as he was guarding too closely.
Well, that jam that we saw by Damon Baycoat was set up by a good defensive job by Jonathan Baker on the steal and a nice feed from him. And it really excited this crowd.
How tall is Damon Baycoat?
Okay, Damon is only 6'3".
It just amazes me anymore, these high school kids. The reason I asked you that question is I was going to guess he was 6'2", 6'3". But they just go these monster jams anymore. I mean, in yours and my day, if you weren't 6'8" or 6'9", you just weren't able to do it.
Yeah, you got that right.
Those lead shoes we used to have, I think there was.
Here it is.
Yeah, that was emphatic. Crowd behind us like the replay as well.
They like it. They like it. We need a big screen to show that.
Yeah, there you go. 33-16.
You see that little dark spot in the corner of your picture? That's our cameraman. He is down there getting a great shot. That's, of course, Ron Baton. He's right in the midst of the action, and the next ball is knocked out of bounds will probably go, there it is, that's the shot. Might go right off the camera.
Ron puts his life on the limb every night. Harper has it rattle in and out. Rebound comes off for Taven Garrett. Quickly down the floor, Cal Moore.
Yeah, Cal Moore scores for Hampton.
19-point lead for the Crabbers. Good job to find the open man.
Wow, he really did. He split that double team just perfect.
Brett Harper connects, and then the steal, and we'll wait and see whether he was out of bounds or a foul was committed.
I think he said he was on the line as the call. Gene Jones jumped up in front of Tim Whitlock. I hope you didn't call no foul.
There's a good shot of our cameraman, Ron ESPN Baton. Our camera people do a great job. Whether it's baseball, football, basketball, it doesn't make any difference. This crew does a super job every game. Nice touch off the glass by Tabin Garrett. He has 4 points, and the Crabber lead again is 19, 37-18. 2:55 left in the first half. Jamel Gray spots up no good. In the lineup now, number 50 is Vincent Bryson, and Bryson gets his first 2. Walter Brower has gone to the bench. Pass from Moore behind Jamel Gray, too far behind him. And again, Walter will do the same as Baycoat will come back in the lineup. Moore will come out. Walker comes out for Phoebus. And we'll try and update you on who's in the game here as both coaches are substituting freely. Giuseppe Woodard comes out in favor of Jonathan Baker. Baker, Baycoat, Gray, Bryson, and Garrett for the Crabbers on the floor. Hardy's out there with Gibbs. This is Elton Gibbs triple teamed at the baseline, and he can't get a shot away. Crabbers want to run, but they don't have the advantage. But Gray with a great move.
Well, he go right around the defensive player. That makes it a little bit easier. And there was a foul on the play, too, committed by number 32.
Tito Fields, his second.
That's only the 4th foul against the Phantoms. Watch the move here.
He just did a great job of evading the defenders and avoiding any kind of offensive.
And what a nice
penalty.
soft finger roll off on that shot. Good camera work.
13 first half points for Jamel Gray. We saw him have a big game against Bethel a couple of weeks ago, and that game played over at Hampton University. Nice move to the bucket. Shot won't go, however. That was a nice move by Tito Fields, but couldn't get it to drop. Gray will pull up and shoot and hit the jumper. So I'll tell you, every time you talk about Hampton, everyone talks about what Damon Baycoat has been doing, but Gray has been just steadily getting better with every game.
Yes, he has, Tim.
Shot no good by Hardy. Back come the Crabbers. They're off to the races again. Lead pass doesn't go. It was kind of an alley-oop. It almost went in for Baker. And then the Phantoms on the other end of the court.
Well, Baker had his head up, and this is what you hope for. You got a point guard that'll keep your the head up. He spotted Damon breaking to the basket. Damon kind of gave him an upside, so he was trying to get the.
Everything is going on.
We may have some power outage. I don't know if you got us in the truck or not on video, but we've lost our picture here. We're okay in the truck. That's great. We just don't have it on our monitor.
Well, we'll just assume that you're seeing that jam by Baycoat.
Another nice feed from Jonathan Baker.
There we have our picture back, so hopefully that won't be a problem. Baker has it again. And it's tipped out of bounds by the Phantoms with 1:01 left in the first half. And boy, the breakneck speed of the second period.
Well, they're putting on a clinic on the defensive end because the defensive pressure is what's causing the points.
10 points here in the second quarter for the Phantoms, while Hampton has registered 22. This is Baycoat with a quick jump. Pringle with the follow-up and good. Stevie Pringle has 4. And it's a 28-point Hampton lead, so they just keep stretching that lead out. And that should be a reach-in foul on Rodney Hall. It will be.
He may have twisted his ankle. He's limping a little bit. I hope it's not a serious thing, but it looks like he's walking it off.
So Hall with a reach-in. That will be a bonus situation now for the Phantoms. One and one for Brett Harper. Harper is perfect so far from the free throw line, 4 out of 4, and he has 8 points on the night. And you see a good look as he
got a nice touch on the ball, doesn't he, Tim?
Yes, he does.
Number 24, Gary Brown.
Cal Moore will check back in for, 44 rather, not 4, but Eric Brown, number 44, will come in for Vincent Bryson for Walter Brower's Hampton Crabbers. So as I said, both teams have substituted very freely here in the first half. Harper finally misses from the free throw line.
Well, we may have put a jinx on him too, talking about it.
Never intentional, I promise. And we got a traveling call against Pringle. Little more than half a minute remaining in the first half. 48-21 in favor of the Crabbers. Baker, ball hawking. Good job by Judd to get away from Baker. Baseline jumper is a little short. And Rodney Hall rather, rebounds. Baker. Back comes Harper. He spots a man open underneath him. They can't convert as Elton Gibbs missed another layup at the buzzer. Baycoat from beyond half court hits the rim. But our score at halftime as the Hampton Crabbers register 24 points in the first period, 24 points in the second period. And Phoebus was equally consistent as they averaged 10 in the first and 11 in the second for a 48-21 score at halftime. And we'll return to Hampton High School for the third period of action after this brief timeout. Middle of the first half action, the feed from Jonathan Baker to Damon Baycoat.
With the Monster Jam.
Well, the Monster Jam is right, and the Phantoms saw the Crabbers too often hit their shots. 21 of 41 from the field for Hampton, 51.2%. Just 33% on 7 of 21 for the Phantoms. Turnovers, twice as many for the Phantoms. They got 11 to just 5 for Hampton. Individual statistics for the Phantoms, they were paced by Brett Harper with 9 points. 4 points each for Larry Hardy and Tito Fields. And 2 points for Elton Gibbs as well as Titus Judd. For the Hampton Crabbers, the leading scorer, Jamel Gray, with 15 points on 6 of 9 from the floor. Damon Baycoat was second with 14 points. There you see, who's that?
That's Damon, and I didn't recognize him. Last time I saw him, he had a beard. He looked like you.
14 points for Damon Baycoat, 6 out of 14 from the field. 4 points for Taven Garrett, 2 of 3. 3 points rather, for Jonathan Baker on a three-pointer. The only three-pointer made by either team in the first half. And then 2 points each for Cal Moore, 2 points for Vincent Bryson, 2 points for John Galbraith, and 2 points for Giuseppe Woodard. So the Crabbers spreading around the scoring amongst about 8 different players. And I said the big story, 52 or 51% for the Crabbers shooting, only 33% for the Phantoms in the first half. Crabbers will get the ball to start the second half rather. The leading rebounders for neither team had a leader in the rebound. Had 2 tied with 4 rebounds each in the first half. The Crabbers with a 48-21 lead as we start the third 8-minute stanza. This is Taven Garrett giving to Gray for the 3, and he hits. So,
and that's so depressing, Tim. You go out and you play great man-to-man as the Phantoms did, but you just off a little off of the man at the three-point line and he buries a three on you, that takes a lot of heart out of you.
Gray with 18 points now, and it's a 30-point Hampton lead. Good move inside by Elton Gibbs as he connects.
That was a nice feed in there from number 30, Venus Judge, the sophomore that was brought up off the JV team and is now starting for this team.
And as you're speaking, Jamel Gray cans his second consecutive three. Brett Harper, nice move.
Nice job. He lost. Ball was knocked loose, Tim, and he's gathered it in and still made the shot.
Phoebus with a little pressing, trapping defense of their own. Jamel Gray can't control it and loses it out of bounds.
Just lost a handle on the drive to the basket. Good shot right there in our inline camera. Well, they had a man wide open under the basket, they being the Phantoms and Brett Harper, and nobody saw him.
This is Brett Harper as he drives the lane, decides to feed it off at the last second. And then a foul, reach-in foul on Rodney Hall. That'll be his second. There you see the replay. You'll see the loose ball here picked up by Gibbs, and then you'll see Hall get him on the arm. And back to the live action as Gibbs connects on the first of two free throws. And Gibbs is perfect from the free throw line.
I don't know what the team for are doing as a unit, but that's kept them as close as they are in this ball game. From the foul shooting, they have not missed many, have they, Tim? They being the Phantoms?
They've only missed one out of 10 attempts, so they're 9 out of 10. Baycode at the free throw line for two. Baycode 4 of 5 from the free throw line, and he adds to his points. So he got 16, and Jamel Gray steals the inbounds pass and connects again. Boy, is he on fire.
He is playing a good game tonight.
Got 8 points here in the second half in less than 3 minutes. Brett Harper. And Harper certainly has been the most consistent scorer for the Phantoms. Baycode has it knocked away. The scramble is on for the ball, and Baycode has it, and finally is able to get it to Gray. Gray dishes right side for Taven Garrett. Nice play.
Oh, we got a nice feed. Oh, no-look pass. Again, caused by the defensive pressure.
And you saw the hustle of both teams as they were literally crawling on the floor to get that loose ball.
Well, that's one thing you say about the Phantom team. They may be outgunned right now by this superior Hampton team, but boy, they haven't quit playing. And that's all you can do as a coach is you can't ask any more than your kids to go out and play as hard as they can play for the 32 minutes, Tim.
Tito Fields connects. Back come the Crabbers. Baycode got the pressure from Hardy and was still able to can it. 62-31, a 31-point lead for the Crabbers. You're watching the Phoebus Phantoms and the Hampton Crabbers, and the Phantoms turn it over.
That hasn't happened often tonight. Crabbers have really held on to the ball for the most part. Excuse me.
Bryson comes in for the Hampton Crabbers. And Brett Harper also will come out for Phoebus. He will be replaced by Leon Miles, number 20. Baycoat for three, no good. Bryson had it for a moment. It's chased down by Baycoat. He finds Gray open for three, got it. Jamel Gray with 3 triples here in the second half.
Well, that three-point shot has really changed the outlook of basketball.
Miles' shot won't go. Inside, Gibbs can't get it to drop. And they'll say it was last touched by the Hampton Crabbers. (65-31). We've got a jump ball, okay? Possession arrow gives the ball to the Phantoms. So they saw the Phoebus Phantom go up and have the ball blocked in midair by a Crabber, and that precipitated the tie-up.
Well, did he have a hold of the ball and come down? No, I'm not too sure about that call, but again, Tim Whitlock has been doing it a lot longer than I have been arguing about it.
That's a nice way of saying it, I guess. Belongs to Phoebus. Nelson Gibbs has just had a tough time in close.
You read my mind. He has missed about 4 or 5 inside. I know he'd love to shoot him again.
Harper can't get it to drop, and Bryson rebounds for Hampton. Jamel Gray, who has just been on fire, dishes to Baycoat. Trying to move it down low to Bryson. There's a tie-up. Bryson gets the loose ball and sticks it in. Vincent Bryson with 4 points. And we got an offensive foul called on Tito Fields.
Well, he kind of put his right arm out to kind of shield, and it looked like he was pushing away, which he probably was. Good call by Ruben. Who's that? Ruben
Dorsey.
Dorsey.
Tommy Dorsey, Ruben Dorsey.
Yeah. All I have to do is think about trombones, huh?
Damon Baycoat. Hampton blowing away the Phoebus Phantom, 69-31. Nice steal. Jamel Gray with a great job of just reaching in and knocking that ball loose and then going after it. Jamel Gray has just really gone on fire. He's got 13 points here in the second half in less than 6 minutes. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third. 71-31. The Hampton Crabbers in a comfortable 40-point lead, trying to keep their contention for the championship in place. It's probably still much too early to discuss this possibility, but I just want to lay it out for you for some thought process. What happens if there is a 3-way tie at the conclusion of the regular season, as there is right now?
All right, then there will be a coin flip, a coin toss. 2 teams will play, and then the winner of that team will play another team. So basically what you're going to do is one team would get a bye, and then would play the winner of the other team for the championship. So you'd have to play 2 nights in a row because the season over on the 16th, and then the regular season kicks off. The tournament season starts the Friday.
Of course, it's highly unlikely we'll have that occur because Hampton does play Bethel on the last night of the regular season, so it would be assumed that
one of those
teams
would have to lose somewhere else, and so would Denby to create that situation. But that is something to think about.
Baker has the ball stolen, a nice defensive play, and then the offense committed by Enos Judd as he connects. The sophomore showing some nice moves. And at the other end of the floor, a new number in the lineup, 52, William Wilkins.
Slapped that ball out of the air, didn't he?
Cal Moore will try, and he can't get it to drop, but Bryson with a good stick back. So Vincent Bryson has impressed me here in this ball game. Just recently added to the Hampton lineup. Baseline jumper won't go. Fields rebounds and puts it back up and draws the foul.
Stevie Pringle was the guilty party.
That'll be 2 on Pringle.
Here we watch that replay, the missed shot. Yeah, Stevie got him not only with the arm, but with the body.
He got him about 3 different ways.
And maybe kicked him in the shin too, I don't know.
Fields 3 for 3 from the free throw line now. 48 seconds left in the third. And Fields continues his success at the free throw line. Baker gives to Cal Moore, and Moore's shot off the glass won't go, but Galbraith follows, it won't go. Bryson with the left-handed hook. And the Crabbers just dominating the boards right now.
3 offensive rebounds.
Stevie Pringle capped the 3 offensive rebounds with the points. 75-35. And Moore is guilty of the foul. That'll be his 3rd. Tito Fields will go again to the free throw line. Fields has 8 points, 5 boards, and he is 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Make that 5 for 5. So Tito Fields with 10 points. Baker for 3, got it. Jonathan Baker with his 2nd triple of the night. And the steal, Cal Moore can't get it to drop as the buzzer sounds. But the Hampton Crabbers stretch that lead out now to 78-37.
And while we have this break between quarters, let me again mention that we will pick a DC Engraving Sports Place player of the game from each one of these 2 teams tonight. They will receive a plaque and a shirt. DC Engraving is where they will get the plaque, and that is located at Tab Square in York County on Route 17. Dave Buckwalter is the young man out there. The t-shirt comes from the Sports Place, which is located at Hampton Woods Plaza off of Big Bethel Road, and that's David Chubb there, and we appreciate their efforts. You got some statistics for us, Tim, and there's a good shot of some of the crowd here at the Crabber Land.
Well, after 3 periods, the Crabbers with 33 of 60 from the field for 55%. 12 of 32 for the Phantoms, just 37.5%. In the second half, the Crabbers are hitting at a 63% clip, 12 out of 19, while the Phantoms did improve their percentages with 45.5% in the third. Excuse me, Gray is the leading scorer with 28 points in the ball game as he just lit up the 3-point range with 13 points in the third period. Crabbers with a comfortable lead. This is Rodney Hall. He can't get it to drop and partially blocked. Back come the Phantoms. No basket. A traveling call before the shot.
Young Mr. Hardy is, I'm sorry, that's Gibbs, isn't it? Elton Gibbs is working hard, and it just can't get things to go his way.
And working hard describes this Phoebus defense as they continue to play this game as if it were a 4-point game instead of a 40-point game. Good tip by Damon Baycoat. The Crabbers' leading scorer showing how he does it. He hits them from outside. He'll hit it from inside. He'll get rebounds and stickbacks. And we've got a whistle and a foul underneath.
And it looks like the foul is on Damon.
That'll be the second on Baycoat. At the free throw line, Elton Gibbs. He has 6 points. Watching the replay of the hard luck that Elton Gibbs continues to suffer through as he hits one of 2 free throws. But a never say die attitude from Gene Jones' group. Baycoat inside the paint for 2.
Well, that's what's going to happen on a press. If you break the press, you're going to get outmanned underneath the basket.
That's been Phoebus's luck all night long. That ball went halfway down and came out. Giuseppe Woodard pushes it up the floor. Left side feed for Gray, and Gray is hammered. No call.
I don't know about that no call.
Brett Harper connects at the other end. I mean, Gray was flattened. I almost got a chance to make my big play here.
I was watching you, Tim, and
did you notice how I did that?
Were you a ducky?
I was close.
I wonder if we can get that shot on camera. We got that on replay.
I don't think so.
I think Scotty said you were under the table.
I was.
You're quicker than I thought you were.
Cowardly is the word I was going to use. 82-40. The Hampton Crabbers with a 42-point lead.
They got too many people standing around. They being the Phantoms, you got to get some movement, get the ball, and get some shots off.
Damon Baycoat with the rebound. Giuseppe Woodard will pull up and use the glass. Woodard with his second basket of the night. And the turnover right into the hands of Gray, who feeds Baycoat. Give Gray the assist and give the basket to Baycoat. Baycoat had 14 points at halftime. He has added 12 more here to increase his total to 26, which is right around his average. Gray, on the other hand, has added 13 to his first half points of 15, and he also has 28 points now. The double punch tandem of the Crabbers has been a little too much for these Phoebus Phantoms. You and I got to talk about a player of the game going down the stretch here. We've got still plenty of time to make that decision. We've got 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Well, some of the people that I'm thinking about, of course, Damon Baycoat, Jamel Gray is just kind of jumps out at you. He came out off of the start of the second half, just on fire. Woodard, another one off of the Crabbers. Just to mention a few, then we got Harper, Hardy, Judd, and Fields on the Phantom side of it. You're right. We got 5 minutes to go, but I'm leaning right now a little towards Gray.
I am too. Gray and Harper on the Phoebus side. Harper's had a good night. He's got 15 points, been 5 of 6 from the free throw line. We'll give you our, we'll keep him in suspense for a little longer.
Yes.
For 3, no good.
Nice rebound.
Rebound by Elton Gibbs, and again, his hard luck continues.
But he works so hard, Tim. I mean, he really is working hard.
And Woodard connects at the other end. Elton Gibbs does all the work. Woodard gets the easy basket. Stolen by Woodard. To Baycoat for the easy bucket. And Gene Jones just drew the tee over there. I think frustration has set in. Or did he call timeout?
No, it was a technical. He thought there was a little contact made, but there has been more contact tonight than that on that steal. And I think it's more what you said, Tim. I think it's just frustration. The kids are frustrated. I know the coaches are frustrated because they've got some good athletes. They just, and they've not stopped working hard. They being the Phantoms, and of course, I'm not taking anything away from the Crabbers. Crabbers have come out here and played heads up, stick it to you, in your face defense, and that's what makes good basketball.
Baycoat hits both free throws.
And the Crabbers will inbound the ball.
30 points now for Damon Baycoat. Baycoat for a 14-footer in and out. And finally, Tito Fields with the bucket.
One time that the ball bounced in favor of the Phantoms that time.
Jamel Gray, he finally misses. Follow-up shot is good by Rodney Hall. So Rodney Hall will get his first basket of the night, and on the next stoppage of play, the Crabbers will clear out the bench. And there's a traveling call. Drag that foot just a little bit to Tito Fields. 94 to 42. And the starters will take a seat. Baycoat will finish the night with 30 points unofficially.
Well, what we have in there, we got Stevie Pringle, 20, 24, Jonathan Baker. We got number 4, Carl Moore. 42 is John Galbraith, and number 50 is Vincent Bryson for the Crabbers. 5 new players out there.
And this 5 has seen extensive action already this evening. They've all played. Cal Moore picks up his 4th personal foul.
We've got a couple new players in for the
Phantoms. Got Drew Walker in there, number 15. They've got 52, William Wilkins.
24, Scott Thomas is in the ball game.
And rounding out their players is Phoenix Judd and Tito Fields. And it was last touched out of bounds by the Phantoms. Pringle for 2. 8 points on the game for Stevie Pringle. And we're down to the 3-minute mark in the ball game. Fields off the mark. Rebounded by the new man in there, Scott Thomas. And then I believe he double dribbled.
He sure did. He not used, that's pressure, and the Crabber, I don't care who they got in there, they're going to pressure you and trap you, and every time you get. Tim, I think I'll go with you. We'll go with Jamel Gray for Hampton High for the player of the game, and Harper for the Phantoms. I just don't believe it. 2 games in a row, and with no arguments, we both agree. This has got to be a first.
Crabbers, and now we'll see the third unit come in for Hampton in just a moment.
Well, who we have over there for the Crabbers is 44 is Eric Brown. He's already been in. 22 is Cornelius Chambers. He's been in. 14 is Noel Rainey. 52 is Dwight Vick. We saw him on the football field. And I'm missing who?
Number 52, Dwight Vick.
J.C. Gooseby.
That's the one I'm missing.
Eric Brown finally controls for the Crabbers. So the guys who do all the hard work in practice now get a chance to play in the game.
That's right.
These poor guys get to play against the first team in practice. 4-3, no good, but underneath the basket, oh, no good. I thought he had it for a moment there. And we've got a foul as Dwight Vick says, I don't know, this game is almost as full of contact as the football match. Mr. Vick, a very stalwart part of the Hampton football team. 150 remaining in the ball game, 96-42. The Crabbers, of course, would like to hit that magic century mark. Every high school team does want to. Crabbers certainly hope to do so. They've had plenty of time to do so, but
Another score this evening. Ferguson Mariners defeated Denby 58-56 in overtime.
now we've been told of a final score between the Ferguson Mariners and the Denby Patriots. And Ferguson, we are told, has beaten Denby. So the Patriots have fallen for their third game in a row, if I understand that correctly. They have that. They knew they had a tough schedule when they had to play Hampton, Bethel, and Ferguson. And
That may be a good game. You're right, Tim.
(97-42). So with that loss, and if Bethel won their game as well, it'll be Hampton and Bethel tied for the Peninsula District lead. Hampton assured with this victory of at least a tie for first place. Crabbers still trying to hit that century mark. Can't get that one to fall. Vick will put it up, no good, but he'll get 2 shots.
Well, Tim, this is not the first time that I have seen Vick play. I was over here when Hampton played Ferguson, and Vick did a good job coming in. He's a wide body, and he's a good rebounder, and that got Hampton on the road to really going as they needed somebody to come in and rebound, and Vick does a good job, but you can see the size of that young man.
Can't get the free throw to drop. Good block inside. And another foul will be called. We'll see J.C. Gooseby go to the free throw line. William Wilkins called for the personal inside of a minute to go.
That's a little nervousness. He shot that ball straight as an arrow, Tim.
A lot of pressure riding on you when you're trying to get that 100-point mark. Crabbers have had about 3 minutes, and they had a 96 or 94-point score when 3 minutes left, but haven't been able to capitalize.
finally got into 1-1.
Scott Thomas connects on the front end of the 1-1. J.C. Gooseby makes it 99-43. And Gooseby commits the foul at the other end. So with that loss by the Denby Patriots, as I said, the Hampton Crabbers will be assured at least a tie for first place. That'll move Denby to second. And should Bethel beat Gloucester, then that'll create a two-way tie now.
Right, now we have Bethel and Hampton. Bethel still got to play Ferguson, who knocked off Denby. So that's the tough game for them. I think Crabbers has got the easier road to hoe. But we could see a matchup on the 16th at the Coliseum between Bethel and Hampton. Just going to be an outstanding ball game.
You saw the rule invoked there where Chambliss went out of bounds as he laid the ball up, and then the rebound came to him, and he stepped in bounds and caught it as he came in bounds, and thus was ruled to be out of bounds.
Well, you know what they're trying to do? They want that 100 points.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They got 99, and they want that 100 bad.
Way back in the Triassic period when I was a teenager back in the 60s, if you scored more than 80 points, the Triassic period. That
in
was
the 60s?
Yeah. That was back in the, way back then. If you scored more than 80 points, that first of all, that was a standing ovation. And then if you jammed the ball, well, everybody went nuts. Now a jam is a routine play, and 100 points is on any given night. And a foul on Gooseby again.
Just prolonging the game. Walter Briley is shaking his head.
Fans wanted that century mark, but it doesn't look like they'll get it now. 99-44.
Leon Miles now on the line for Phoebus with 2 shots.
You gonna try and sneak across there at the end of the game for a quick word with Walter Brower, right?
I'm going to try to get Walter, and if I get a hold of Damon and Jamel Gray, I'd love to get them too. We'll see what happens.
1 of 2 from Leon Miles. Ball stolen by Miles at the buzzer. The shot doesn't go. So the Crabbers win by the final score of 99-45 over the outgunned Phoebus Phantoms, but certainly not a lack of effort on the part of Gene Jones' team, as they never stopped hustling and never acted for a minute as if they were out of this ball game. They hustled the whole time, and as Bob and I talked about, that's all you can possibly ask for.
Tim, I've got Coach Brewer here. Walter, you guys come out and are playing with more intensity. Each time I play you defensively, you got to be real happy.
Yeah, I am, because the thing that we preach all the time is defense, because your offense might go on vacation, but the defense never can.
Right. Well, Phoebus doesn't have the horses that Hampton. They're a scrappy team, and they kept up, and they tried to stay with you, and they never quit. But I was real impressed with the way Jamel Gray came out this second half.
Well, Jamel Gray is playing real well for us right now. You know, in the very beginning, a lot of people would just say stop Damon Baker. We've got a lot of people now that can put the ball in the basket. So, I'm not surprised. Jamel can score for us at any time. He's one of the better guards in the district.
Well, and another thing that's kind of nice is you can come off the bench with some scores.
Yeah, we've got some depth now. We got a lot of depth, and we won't hesitate to use them. You see how Baker came off and played tonight, and we can rotate 5 big people. So that really helps us a lot because that way nobody runs out of gas.
There you go. Well, listen, congratulations on a fine win, and we will see you hopefully on the 16th at the Coliseum.
Well, let's not talk about that. I'm going to get ready for Mitchfield.
Okay, good. Thanks, Coach. Hey, Tim, I got Jamel Gray here. Jamel, what did you do during halftime to come out there with you hit 3 3-pointers and a two, just boom, that quick?
Well, I just shot my first one. I felt I was on, so came stroking down, and I felt on.
Well, I thought the key to the win tonight was the way you guys played defensive together.
Yeah, we came out, coach on halftime came out. He felt we wanted to play more pressure defense, and that's what we tried to do. Try to press the ball full court, and that's what we did. And that was successful for us.
Well, that's good. And you got some good players coming off the bench here helping you.
Yeah.
So that gives you a lot of confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. We have good players such as Jonathan and JJ coming off the bench playing real good for us.
Okay, well, listen, you player of the game. I'm going to have a plaque and a shirt for you, and congratulations.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Okay, good enough.
All
right, Tim.
Thank you, and I express those same congratulations to Walter Brower for his team victory tonight. The Crabbers with an excellent,
That was a game winner.
excellent game as they ended up winning going away 99-45 over the Phoebus Phantoms. So for Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole and the entire crew. Thanks for watching. The Hampton Crabbers extend their victory streak, and the Phoebus Phantoms play for another night. Good night, everybody.
They were not playing together as a unit, and they are now. They've got